So, you're looking for a dog trainer here in the New Hope area. It can feel like a big decision, right? Well, today we're going to walk through exactly how to find the perfect fit for you and your pup. Think about it. You're strolling down the canal towpath, or maybe you're trying to grab a coffee on Main Street on a busy Saturday. These are those classic New Hope moments. And of course, you want your dog right there with you. And let's be honest, it's so much more fun when your dog is relaxed and listening in those spots, isn't it? So that's what this is all about, helping you find the professional support to build that awesome partnership. All right, first things first, before you can even start looking for a trainer, you've got to figure out what kind of training you actually need. Because, it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. So take a look at this list. Does any of this sound familiar? Maybe you've got a brand new puppy that needs to learn, well, pretty much everything. Or maybe your arm feels like it's about to pop off every time you go for a walk. Pinpointing your main goal is really where you have to start. Now, when it comes to how the training is done, you're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. It's what almost all modern certified trainers use. The idea is simple. Instead of correcting your dog for doing something wrong, you reward them with a treat or praise for doing something right. It makes training fun for them, and honestly, it builds a much more confident and happy dog. And if you have a puppy, you're going to hear the word socialization thrown around constantly. It's so important to know it's not just about playing with other dogs. It's about getting them used to the world, the sounds of traffic on the bridge, all the people walking by, making sure they have good experiences with all of it. This is the foundation for a calm, well-adjusted adult dog. So you've got to decide, where is this training going to happen? You've basically got two main choices. Group classes are fantastic because your dog learns to listen even with distractions around. Plus, they're usually easier on the wallet. But then you have in-home lessons. These are perfect for those problems that, only happen at home, like going bonkers when the doorbell rings. Okay, so you have a good idea of what you're looking for. Now, how do you actually go out and find a really good qualified person to help? You're going to see a lot of letters after trainers' names, and yeah, it can look a bit like alphabet soup. But these letters actually mean a whole lot. A certification like a CPDT-KA or KPA tells you that this person has put in the work. They've studied, they've passed tough exams, and they're serious about their profession. It's a really good sign. Here's a super simple 4-step process to follow. Number 1, look for those certifications we just talked about. 2, double-check that they use positive reinforcement. 3, get some questions ready to ask them. We'll cover that next. And 4, just talk to them. See if you click. You're going to be working together, so you want to make sure it's a good fit. Okay, so what should you ask? Here are some big ones. You absolutely want to hear them talk about their methods. And I love this question here. How will you help us practice in real New Hope situations? That really tells you a lot about their approach. Any good trainer will be more than happy to answer all of this. In fact, they'll be glad you asked. All right, let's talk money. It's something you have to consider. But try to think of it less as a cost and more as an investment in having a great, low-stress life with your dog for years and years to come. So what should you actually expect to budget for dog training around here? Let's break down the typical numbers. This gives you a pretty solid ballpark for what things cost in the New Hope and Greater Bucks County area. As you can see, a group class for a few weeks might be a couple $100. On the other end, something really intensive, like a board and train, well, that's a much bigger financial commitment. But just to give you a single number to keep in your head, a one-on-one private lesson is usually going to be somewhere in this range. It's often a really great way to get started or just work on 1 or 2 specific problems without signing up for a whole big package. Okay, so you've hired a trainer and you're doing the work, but it doesn't stop there. The next and maybe most important part is taking what you've learned and using it out in the real world. And to do that, you've got to know the local rules. This is all pretty straightforward stuff, but it's about being a good neighbor. The big ones are, your dog has to be on a leash in public areas. Always pick up after them. And make sure their Pennsylvania dog license and rabies vaccine are current. These are the rules that just make things safer and more enjoyable for everyone. And this is the fun part. Where do you practice? The canal towpath is perfect for working on that loose leash walk-in with all the distractions of bikes and other people. A quieter spot like Acatong Spring Park is amazing for practicing calm on a long leash. This is how you build a dog you can trust, by practicing in real places. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't to have a little robot dog, right? The goal is to have a confident, happy companion that can be a real part of your life, whether you're at home or right in the middle of town. So, good luck with your training journey. I promise putting in the effort to find the right help is so worth it because having that well-behaved buddy with you just makes everything better. Every single walk down Main Street, every quiet afternoon by the canal, and every time you have friends over.